We've got our editorial staff coming back onto the stage. We are about to interview India Pinckney, who is the General Counsel for the National Endowment for the Arts. She's a very important person. So, nice. The classy people I know you can be. So without further ado, let's welcome India to the stage. Great. So yeah, we've got microphone. Can you hear us? Testing. Okay. Let's test yours. I love it. This is gonna be a sexy. So India, I just have I have like 1,000 questions for you. But to start, I understand you have traveled a lot in your life. And I also know that love of travel or that interest in travel might have started when you were young. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Oh, rumors. Rumors spread everywhere. I was leaving first grade, going into second grade, and my parents explained to me that we were going to be moving somewhere. And I thought, okay, maybe it's down the street.
Yeah.
Getting really excited. And it turned out it was across the ocean.
Yeah.
So we were moving to Clermont-Ferrand, France. And I did not know any French. Not one lick. The only thing I packed with me were some little Ramona Comey books. And walked into French school the first day, not knowing a thing, like a little black American Ramona. And all the kids knew in French, all they could really say to me was Coca-Cola. That was the only thing. But it was a great experience. And
you lived there for how long?
I lived there for almost 2 years.
That's a long time.
So at first I started going to French and American school.
Okay.
And then the American school teacher was kind of like the Wicked Witch of the West. So I ditched her. And so the second year I negotiated her with my parents. I'm like, it's French school all the way.
Oh, wow.
Roll with it, yeah.
So do you still speak French now?
Un petit peu.
Bien. That's how much I speak. Okay. After 6 years of French. So that's very cool. So that kind of sparked a love of travel, because I understand you have an undergraduate degree in international studies, and that you traveled a ton for work. So we're going to get to NEA in a minute and what you did before that. But you've got some crazy travel stories. So I want to hear first about Ngorongoro Crater in Tanzania.
So I have to tell you, I'm really not even supposed to be here right now. I'm supposed to be somewhere with Christian Amanpour reporting from the front lines.
Ooh.
But I decided to, as an only child, one thing that you learn is that part of your main goal becomes just not coming home with a box. Because your parents only have one.
Yeah.
So
it's all about pressure.
Right. So I was like, maybe that won't be a good idea. I'll just leave. I'll leave the frontline reporting to her.
Yeah.
But I did
a safer career.
Right. But we did have some crazy travel stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you travel a lot with your parents?
I did travel a lot with my parents.
Right.
But the Ngorongoro Crater story is one that they never would have condoned.
Do they know it now?
I don't know.
Well, this is videotaped, so they're about to.
Okay.
So what happened?
So we would go out with these teams, and a lot of times I would travel about maybe every 3 to 4 weeks. And so when we would go to Africa in particular, because it was so far, we would be gone for maybe like 2 or sometimes even 3 weeks at a time.
And so to give context, this is when you were a general counsel with
No, I was doing international aviation law. So
international aviation.
Right.
Okay.
So we were helping countries draft aviation laws, especially for countries that fly directly here. So yeah, so they have all these standards that they have to meet. And so over the weekends, we would always try to get adventurous and try to find things to do.
Yeah.
And so this one time I came up with this kind of harebrained idea, because I'm scared of heights, but I didn't connect it to, that we should, you know, take this trip down into Ngorongoro crater because all of these animals live at the bottom of this volcanic crater that had been around for so many years. So we get in this van and we go up this mountain, and then there are no rails, and then we go down into the crater. And so on the way down, it never really dawned on me that at some point we were gonna have to come back down. So we're down there, and there are, you know, lions and giraffes and all these really cool animals. And then it starts getting dark. And I thought, okay. And I see this school bus of little kids, they're probably like, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7. And they're in this bus in front of us going up this gravel-filled, rickety road. And the bus wheels are slipping. Ooh. And so I'm thinking, okay, I don't want to end up in counseling, let me just look away. And so we're in the van behind them, and I noticed the driver, these beads of sweat start popping out on his head. And so that's when the thought passed, maybe this really wasn't such a good idea. And one of my colleagues who always had these practical jokes was in the back. And when he got quiet, I knew it was real. So I turned to everyone. I said, you know, what happens in this van stays in this van. And I just pulled the hood over my jacket, and I just walked. I was like, if we go over this edge, who's going to tell my mom? You know, I'm going to explain this to my friends because I did not have to be here. So we even talked to the guy about, can we get out? Can we walk? And he was like, well, you know, if you want to meet a hyena. So we just stayed, and eventually we made it.
It was like your death experience.
It was really traumatic.
Yeah.
I probably should have gone to counseling.
That's a subject for another time. That's great. Well, not great. I'm glad you're alive. I'm so glad you're alive. That's so, okay, so there's a theme of danger in some of the stories you told us about. A lion, there was something about a lion and one of your colleagues on, I assume, one of these trips as well.
Right, so incidentally, now that this was one of the same colleagues that was in that van going, I'm starting to see a pattern.
Yeah.
But we were at Kruger National Park, we were in South Africa, and of course the adult lions are in the wild, quote unquote, in the park. But they have the teenage lions in an enclosure, and then they have the baby lions in an enclosure. And so the teenage lions, I guess they're teenage, you know, in our minds, their teeth aren't completely formed. They have them, to us they look like real teeth, but they're not really, you know, real.
Okay, yeah.
And so we were all in this enclosure. And so you can pet them, and I'm scared of house cats. But for some reason, I'm not scared of these. It was around lunchtime, and this was a hardy guy. I mean, he's lost a lot of weight, but he was kind of hardy at the time. And so one of the lions just came up and put a paw on each shoulder and just bit in. And to his stomach. But nothing happened. I mean, he was okay. I mean, it was false alarm and all of that. But in that moment, it was really surreal.
You're about to see a man's intestines get ripped out.
Right. And he kept screaming, can somebody help me? And we were all on the ground. I just had never seen anything like that.
That's another one of those, like, what happens in this enclosure stays in this
Exactly. Except I'm telling it now.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh my God. So these are amazing stories, and I want to go on, but I also want to get to your career, because it's been an amazing trajectory. You used to work in international aviation law with the FAA, is that right? Okay. Then you've made this big leap to National Endowment for the Arts, and you were mentioning backstage, a lot of people were saying, that's a crazy leap. Can you tell us a little bit about what inspired you to move to the arts and how it's been?
So I have this, I've always had a love for the arts. I've always written poetry, short stories, all sorts of, basically anything that I can get my hands on to write, I've always written from the time I was really small. I played the piano, so I had this almost like a secret life in the arts that wasn't probably apparent to anyone except people who really, really knew me very, very well. And so it wasn't, for me, it wasn't so much of a leap as it looked like from the outside. But in the legal sense, we're taught in school, you pick a specialty and you kind of stick with that. And so when I started off at a firm, I was doing like international and litigation. And so then making the move to the government was a switch. And then within that framework, then completely switching areas of law to something so radically different was a leap. And a lot of people told me I couldn't do it. But when people tell me I can't do something, it's just like a little switch that goes on inside that just propels me to just try even harder.
Yeah. That's so great. And so how long have you been with NEA now?
Since 2011.
Okay, and you just, so the NEA just celebrated its 50th anniversary this week?
Yes,
right?
on Tuesday.
On Tuesday.
Tuesday, 50 years ago. Yeah.
Wow. I'd love to hear sort of a day in your life. When does it start and what does it look like?
So a day.
Typical day.
So no day is ever the same.
Okay.
And that's probably the only thing that is typical, is that they're always different.
They're all different.
And so whatever I start my day thinking I'm going to end up being able to do is usually not what I'm able to do. So we covered, I'm responsible for all the areas of law, so I never know when I get to work whether I'm just going to go into a meeting with my chair, just to brief on what's going on, or whether someone's going to be in my office with some Kleenex because there was a situation gone wrong with a manager or another employee, or whether I am helping to work one of our discipline directors or one of the really creative people that we work with through how to take an idea to implementation. So it really varies. And we played, last week was really celebratory. We played a lot of practical jokes. And so we try to mix it up because law can be so intense. And so I always try to infuse the people who work in my office with a lot of joy for what they do, because it keeps it interesting. So
very cool. Are you hiring? This run is done in a week, and I need a job. Please. That sounds amazing. Well, yeah, I think we're good, guys. Right? Yeah. These guys are going to improvise based on India's amazing stories. Let's give one round of applause for.
I appreciate you making amends.
Oh! I'm sorry.
Flower.
I'm sorry. All right. We have a big case.
I have a box full of the evidence that I need you.
I know. We got the death penalty happening.
Look at everything I put in there.
Okay. Just take a peek.
It's just files.
Oh.
Right.
We'll back up. Guys, listen to me. It's hard enough to be in the arts without having you people looking over my shoulder. I quit. I'm going to go and pursue my dream. probably have some experience with that, right? Like you have a JD or?
No, I
Okay.
mainly just, I can write haiku.
So you're a writer, that's great, that's fantastic.
Yes, I
Yeah,
am.
you've written before, that's
Sure.
awesome. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit you down at this computer. Yeah, you've probably done that before, right? Like Windows, you know, it's pretty typical, you know how to log in.
I know the beauty of a window.
Hello! Welcome to France! Look like you just got off the airplane and you are. I'm here to take you to your new school. Allô? Attendez? Mademoiselle, moi, les gars. Attendez, est-ce que vous êtes non plus This is France! Bonjour! Is that Coca-Cola? Very thirsty, and that is the only word we know in France that is American. Coca-Cola!
Welcome to English American School, my pretties. Listen here, these friends are really nice to you, but this is the real world. Okay? Don't you know, we're gonna learn English, no French. Wherever there's American, that's English. Question. No, you may not! Your parents and I have an agreement. I'm going to teach you the ways of the world. And you're not going to say a damn thing.
Hey, Bunky, I got this letter from my new attorney.
Oh, yeah?
I think it's a poem.
Whoa, read it.
They will not kill you. I am on the case
Like poo.
like poo. That's not the title.
It's not a haiku,
Do
it's
you?
a limerick.
I don't understand modern poetry, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die here.
That's cool. I have a good attorney. I'm gonna put you in touch with my attorney. I'm gonna put you in touch with my attorney. 'Cause he sent me this.
God damn it! A whoopee cushion again!
Every time, gives me every time. Gives me every time. My attorney's hilarious. Because I'm stuck in here, I'm dying anyways. It sucks. But you know what? It makes me laugh, right? It's so funny.
Well, at least my
Fuck that
attorney got me this peanut brittle from the commissary.
Wait, what does it mean if my turn?
Open it up, open it up, open it up.
We're gonna die in here.
All right, everybody get in the van. Time to get out of this crater.
It's going to be awesome.
Hop in, hop in. All right, crowd in. All right. Don't worry about seatbelts, okay?
No.
Okay. Should be a nice, smooth ride. Get started. So you guys had some fun.
Yeah, a lot
Saw
of
some
fun.
animals.
Yeah.
At a distance, the way we
Yeah.
like it.
I know.
Yeah.
I think I saw one animal having sex, y'all. And you know how I put the chicka brown brown.
Oh, hold on. We're coming up on some. Does anybody have any oil blood?
was doing law.
You don't have to be so secretive. Come on. Come, you can share with me. I'm not going to tell anybody. What happens here stays here.
So she was playing guitar in the office?
It was terrible. I didn't understand a word. You thought you would have put like a Coca-Cola or something so more relatable.
She's so ashamed of herself.
Honestly, yes. We can't let her
I
know.
will tell her.
So what did you think?
It was amazing.
I'm just super nervous about being out at work, about the fact.
Oh my God, she played that guitar for you and you told her she was amazing. Why did you lie?
Honestly, I just didn't want to like get her upset. It's like when somebody has something on their tie. It's like you don't want to tell them.
Just shut up! You should, because otherwise you should have been playing it all day. That's good, you're playing it real now. Be honest. Thank you. Now she's crying.
I have another song for you.
Bring it on.
Being a teenage lion is so hard.
And listen, Elf, these lions are like cool and you have those teeth.
Not quite real teeth.
Could have fooled me. I mean, I just make like sounds, but the way that you get to roar and can you do it?
It's not a fully developed roar yet.
Well, really like grow into it. I mean, like your teeth and stuff.
I know, but when I bite people, I don't even get intestines out. Not a little.
Oh, it's a little teenage lion. Would be so interesting.
Mocking me.
No. Hey, that's not very nice. She's a developing lion. She's gonna remember you.
Oh, Dad, if you want some peanuts. Oh.
I resent that.
Oh, man. Oh, look at this one. It's getting real cool.
Oh, Mom, Dad, I'm so excited. We heard that we were moving. So it's gonna be somewhere really fun.
Yeah. It's, you know where Oak hits Central?
Yeah.
It's about a block over from there.
Yes! Wait. That's in another subdivision, right?
Not technically. It's still in our subdivision. It's on this side of the Baskin Robbins, so it's not in the other subdivision.
Okay, but they have a different swim team over there, right?
Yes,
New
yes,
swim team.
They rezoned it, so you're on the same school.
Okay, but they have one of those charter schools.
Magnet.
Magnet school.
Nope,
Hola.
Wrong.
Ni hao.
That's offensive.
But I'm not wearing deodorant.
I can see. It's okay. You're moving in very well here.
Oh,
Wait, who's this?
yeah, it's me, the American teacher.
I'm waiting for you.
Oh, I'm waiting for you. You keep telling my students. These are Americans. They belong to me.
You know what? I have to tell you something. In my country, we will take what we like, just like in the party. Merci, merci. For the students.
No.
Don't! I swear. Protect yourselves. Protect yourselves. You, bien sûr. Not your Excuse my France, okay? I'm looking at you.
No, we have them on shit. Okay? Oh, you hear me? I know. You know who I am? You know who I am? I'm Mrs. Hendricks from East Side. I'm from East Side of Paris. And I came here. I don't care where in your country. This is wherever I am and wherever there's some Americans, that's America. Okay?
Literally, you cannot be more wrong.
Help. The editorial staff, we just have one last section. This I know. This is one of the most important parts of the book. So if we'll have the editorial staff come forward and tell us what they learned.
All right, I'm Megan Cummings, and this I know. Writing your significant other is still considered very sweet.
I'm Nikki Sowers, and this I know. Learning French is easier than I thought.
I'm Caroline Pettit, and this I know, keeping the plastic wrap on your buttons is smart and economical. Smart.
I'm Laura Barber, and this I know, nobody appreciates whoopee cushions, ever.
I'm Eva Lewis, and this I know, only children have a lot of pressure to stay alive.
I'm Molly Murchie, and this I know. If it weren't for Peapod, DoorDash, Amazon Prime, and Daisy, my family would be nude, starving, and living in a trash can.
I'm Nancy Norman, and this I know. When the bus driver is sweating and the class clown's not making any jokes, you're in trouble.
I'm Jenna Hall, and this I know. If you're going overseas and you're feeling afraid, just bring a Ramona Quimby.
And I'm Dana Malone, and this I know. The book for this month is officially closed. Thank you all for reading.
Thank you to India Pinckney. That was we want to thank also and recognize some guests we had last night from My Chemo Bag. So October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, you might know. There should be a bowl or a bucket out on your way out if you'd like to leave donations for My Chemo Bag. They provide bags to people going through chemo in the DC area. So go see other Women's Voices in Theater shows. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Thank you for coming in.